Hello, and welcome to another episode of Smashhorse. I'm Ron Bean, and this is my friend Sean Lean.
This episode, we'll be learning about invasive and non-native species.
Non-native species are species that are not native to the area they live in.
Non means not, so basically non-native means not native. Invasive species are species that are not native to the area they live in.
These species' introduction causes or might cause harm to the area they have invaded.
So they're like the same thing?
Yep. Wait, why are we even doing this? They're the same thing. So anyway, these invasive species can cause harm to the area they have invaded.
This is because non-native species may mess up the food web in their ecosystem.
For example, rabbits in New Zealand.
During the 18th and 19th century, settlers had brought in rabbits to New Zealand. They thought that they could hunt these rabbits for lots of food when the rabbit population grew.
But the sailors didn't know that in New Zealand there are no predators for these rabbits.
These rabbits eventually overpopulated the area. To this day, rabbits still have a huge population and it continues to grow.
Just because this non-native species had a negative impact on the environment doesn't mean that all non-native species are negative.
One example of an invasive species that did not ruin its habitat were the dingoes in Australia.
Dingoes were introduced to Australia around 4,000 years ago by Asians.
But now these are the most common breed of wild dog in Australia.
They did have one negative impact, although it's not a very big one.
It's just that there are so many of these they're considered pests. And also, a dingo fence was created to help keep dingoes out of fields and farms.
So really, other than being a minor annoyance, the dingoes did not impact the land they were introduced to whatsoever.
We have a breaking news story in the Great Lakes. Zebra mussels, and we're not talking about this or this.
We're talking about this. And these.
These zebra mussels are originally from Russia. Russian boats carried zebra mussels into the United States Great Lakes. These migrate here and stay here for good.
This has brought a lot of chaos to the Great Lakes. No predator has been found in these lakes, causing the zebra mussel to overpopulate.
They started doing costly things like damaging boats, docks, and water treatment machinery.
That concludes our breaking news.
But not all invasive species are animals.
Very true, Sean Lean. One invasive plant is the Japanese climbing fern. The Japanese climbing fern is causing huge problems in the United States of America.
If uncontrolled, these ferns can shade out entire trees.
They also cover the ground with a thick layer of Japanese climbing fern, which prevents seeds from actually reaching the ground and being able to grow.
Places where Japanese climbing fern grows can end up looking like this.
That concludes this episode of Smashhorse with Ron Bean
And Sean Lean. We hope you learned a lot about non-native and invasive species.
Remember, they're the same thing.
Yep, and be sure to tune in next time for
Smashhorse with Ron Bean
and Sean Lean.
Thank you. That concludes this episode of Smashhorse with Ron.
Ricky.
I haven't even practiced my line.
So really, other than being a minor
Major.
for example, rabbits.
Invasive species are species that aren't native to the area they are. What? Okay, redo that. Yep, because non means not. Not. No! Says not instead of not.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.